echoes of the cloud, tales from Mambilla Plateau. Welcome to the Mambilla Plateau, a hidden gem nestled in the heart of Taraba State, Nigeria. It is renowned for its scenic beauty, cool climate, and agricultural potential. The plateau is characterized by its lush green vegetation, waterfalls, and rolling hills, making it a popular tourist destination and an important agricultural region in Nigeria. A visit to the cocoa farms and highland tea plantations spanning over 600,000 hectares offered an insight into the region's agricultural wealth. The lush greenery of the plantations showcases the agricultural bounty of that area. We'll take you on a journey through this enchanting highland, showcasing its natural beauty and iconic landmarks. Gashaka Gumti National Park. Exploring the Gashaka Gumti National Park with its diverse ecosystems and abundant wildlife offers a glimpse into the untamed beauty of Nigeria's natural landscape. Gashaka Gumti National Park is one of West Africa's largest protected areas. From dense rainforest to sprawling savannas, this park is home to a diverse array of wildlife, including elephants, lions, and rare bird species. Get ready for an unforgettable safari experience as we explore the untamed beauty of the natural paradise. Chapal Wadi. No visit to the Mambilla Plateau would be complete without a trek to Chapal Wadi, the highest peak in Nigeria. Towering at over 2,400 meters above sea level, this majestic mountain offers breathtaking vistas of the surrounding landscape. Whether you're an avid hiker or a nature enthusiast, Chapal Wadi promises an unforgettable adventure filled with inspiring scenery and natural wonders. Tea Plantation. The Mambilla Tea Plantation is a sprawling expanse of emerald green tea bushes set against the backdrop of mist-covered mountains. Here, you can learn about the tea production, stroll through the plantations, and savor freshly brewed Mambilla tea while soaking in the panoramic views. Gembu Town. Gembu, the gateway to the Mambilla Plateau, surrounded by the lush greenery and rolling hills. Gembu offers a tranquil escape from the hustle and bustle of city life. Take a stroll through the vibrant markets, sample local delicacies, and immerse yourself in the rich culture of the Mambilla people. The Mambilla Plateau is a true testament to the beauty and diversity of Nigeria's landscape. Join us in an adventure as we uncover more hidden treasures waiting to be explored. Until then, remember to embrace the journey and discover the magic of the Mambilla Plateau.
Okay, do we have people? Good afternoon, all. Welcome to this webinar for the upcoming UNESCO World Heritage Volunteers Initiative for Gashaka Gumti National Park here in Nigeria, and also for Sukur Cultural Landscape, which is taking place in September and October 2024. This Q&A is for volunteers to ask us questions about the program. Anywhere you see there you have questions, so we're here to help you answer those questions. And we also have the Director of Global Coordination for the UNESCO World Heritage Volunteers Initiative in person of Mr. Francesco Volpini. He's here also to answer some questions for you. So the floor is open for our volunteers to ask us questions about this program. And we are going to answer your so many questions about the program, which is coming up in October and also, in September and in October. So welcome everyone to this webinar, and we look forward to also having you here in Nigeria in Gashaka Gumti National Park, which is the largest park in Nigeria, and also at the Sukur Cultural Landscape, which is also Nigeria's first World Heritage Site and also the first cultural landscape in Africa. So if we have some questions, we're here to answer your questions on this project that is fast coming. If Francesco Volpini is here, the global coordinator for the UNESCO World Heritage Volunteers Program is here, he can also introduce himself so that our participants and prospective volunteers can also hear from him too. Thank you.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon. So yeah, I'm here and I'm available for any question about the global coordination, so the more general aspects of the campaign, the history, the functioning, the role of the implementing partners in the field, the role of our organization for the coordination, and the role of UNESCO in Paris mostly, and in the regional offices as well. So don't hesitate to ask questions. We are here.
Thank you so much, Mr. Francesco. Maybe you can give us a little bit of the history of WHV for them to just have an overview of what WHV program is all about.
Yes, well, I'll try to give really the short version. The initiative was started in 2008, so this is the 17th campaign, by two institutions. On one side, UNESCO, and specifically the World Heritage Center and its World Heritage Education Program. So the initiative has always been under the education program for World Heritage since the beginning. And on the other side, the Coordinating Committee for International Voluntary Service. So it used to be a campaign run and implemented only by organizations specialized in volunteering, and especially international voluntary service, which is a movement born after World War I in the 1920s. After a few years, the campaign was open to all and any organization, from national commissions for UNESCO, universities, schools, NGOs, local government, national governments who would like to implement a volunteer activity at World Heritage sites and at sites that are inscribed on the tentative lists, like is the case actually of one of the two programs that we are talking about today. And the goal of the campaign is very simple: is engaging youth practically by touching the heritage, by intervening directly at the site, so giving access to youth, giving the possibility to youth to actually work on the site, contribute to its preservation, contribute to the awareness of the youth and the communities about what heritage is, and also simply become one of the stakeholders, because we know very well that the youth is one of the last stakeholders that is consulted or taken into consideration when it comes to all the things like heritage. But the campaign was born and still is implemented today with the idea that no, youth should be part. And now, after a few years of projects, is definitely part in many of the World Heritage sites where the campaign has intervened for many years. Youth should be part of the preservation and promotion efforts for heritage. So that's the main goal of the campaign. And I think it's going very well, at least in Nigeria, because I know that there's many prospective volunteers ready to contribute.
Thank you so much, Mr. Francesco, for this overview of the UNESCO World Heritage Volunteers Program we started in 2008 by UNESCO. So for Africa, or the Lead National Park this year in 2024, and also for the Sukur Cultural Landscape. Gashaka Gumti is actually a national park here in Nigeria, is the largest park, and the project here aims to preserve and protect the national park outstanding scenic and natural beauty and water catchment areas, exploring the linkage between nature and culture and human activities, and also documenting the park's attribute to produce, so that we will be able to produce a nomination dossier for the park. The Gashaka Gumti National Park has been on the list for the past 20 years. So what we also intend to do is also to document some of the attributes of the park that will help in coming up with the nomination dossier for the park. It's going to be a 10-day event, which is going to start from the 17th, and it's going to end on the 27th for Gashaka Gumti, and also for the Sukur Cultural Landscape is going to start on the 6th, and also it's going to end on the 17th of October 2024. As we know that Sukur Cultural Landscape is Africa's first cultural landscape and also Nigeria's first World Heritage Site. Here in Nigeria, it is situated in the Mandara Mountains, close to the border with Cameroon, in Adamawa state of Nigeria, one of the states in the northeast part of the state. And the Action Camp activities is also going to be a 10-day program, which is also going to start from the 6th and also going to end on the 17th. One of the most important things that we want to do during this volunteer program is to raise awareness and also to involve young people, local authorities, concerned authority on the need where we have to promote and preserve the World Heritage Site. We also want to empower young people, allowing them to learn skills in basic conservation and also preservation. We also want to strengthen sustainable cooperation between non-profit organization, communities, and also authorities. Right now, we can see that for this particular program, what we are trying to do is also in terms of strengthening the stakeholders' engagement. We have over 17 stakeholders that are going to take part in both the project in Sukur Cultural Landscape and also in Gashaka Gumti National Park. The implementing partners for this project includes the National Park Service of Nigeria. We also have the NatCom UNESCO, and then we also have the National Commission for Museums and Monuments. Nigerian Tourism Development Authority are also part of this program and one of the most important stakeholders that we have in this project. And also the host states, both Adamawa State and also Taraba State, are fully involved in this program. We are also going to work with the local communities because it's very, very important for us to involve the local communities. So we also encourage content creators for this program because we know with content creators, we can have this paths or sites out there for people. It will create more awareness for us on these two projects. So we encourage content creators to be able to join this campaign, which we is starting in September. And the registration portal for this is already opened. Is going to close on the 31st. But it's still going to, the closing date will also depend on the volunteers, the outcome of the registrations that we have. Right now, we have a lot of registration that is coming in, over 300 from what we have right now from the list. So we see that. So we encourage volunteers to be able to register as quickly as possible. What we are charging is just an administrative fee for the volunteers, which is less than $30. We are charging for the national volunteers just we are charging them in Naira, which is 35,000 for 10 days. But this money is just like a commitment fee for them because we are actually taking care of their accommodation, their feeding, their manuals, materials, and everything for the program. So this is just and local transportation for these projects. So the fee we are charging is just somehow like an administrative fee and something that will also help in creating an awareness for this project. So if our volunteers have any questions that they want to ask us with regards to the number of days that we are going to spend during the camp, the location that we are going to stay both in Gashaka National Park and also for the Sukur Cultural Landscape, we invite you to send your questions so that Mr. Francesco, that is here with me, the global coordinator, will also answer your question, and also myself, the Director General of the African International Documentary Festival Foundation, which is the lead implementing partner for this program here in Nigeria, here for Gashaka Gumti and also for Sukur, will be able to answer your questions. If we have any questions, maybe the moderators can put up some questions for us so that we can see, and then we'll be able to answer some of these questions. I think there's a question that is there. Maybe Mr. Francesco, if you can start some of the questions, and then I can take some of the questions that are there too. I think we have some questions on the screen.
Yeah, I saw the first question was about the benefits of participating in the program. I can talk for the global view that we had on the program. We actually ran some impact assessment in the past to see exactly that, like what do volunteers in particular learn from the experience. So we ran surveys before and after the program to see what is the difference that the volunteers perceive after the experience compared to before. And also we ran several interviews, both with the volunteers and with local communities. Let's say the one thing that I can guarantee, based on the hundreds of projects that we had until now, is that it is a learning experience, meaning that participants will develop a series of both hard and soft skills, and there will be a series of improvements in your through what we call non-formal education. There will be a series of improvement in especially your individual skills and also social skills. So we have actually an analysis that covers the whole path from more independence, more problem-solving skills on the personal side, all the way to better communication, better interaction with people from different backgrounds, diversity of cultures that you have even within the country, of course, especially in Nigeria, and capacity of becoming what we call an active citizen. So taking care yourself of the of your country, of your site, in this case, of your cultural heritage. Of course, there are also more directly useful benefits. Simply a network. You get in contact with a series of people that share many of your interests, and that can also support your further engagement in the protection of heritage, in social and cultural actions in the country. We have many cases in the past of people who started with volunteering and then became even staff of organizations or joined bigger initiatives as participants and as staff. I'm a case myself. I started as a volunteer, and this is now my work. So the network is, I would say, maybe the more interesting part, both for your professional future, but also for your personal future. Simply, you will meet people that will be important for the rest of your life. Maybe not all 300 that are currently applying, but many of them will play an important role in your life because of the time you spend or because of the things that you will do together. I would say these are the two main benefits. Then I think in practical terms, you will, maybe that's more for Malama to answer what you will get in practice in the camp. I think you will get food. I think you will get accommodation.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Francesco, for that. What I will add to this is also to let volunteers know that one of the most important things they will also learn during this program, or the benefit, is for the volunteers to learn basic skills in preservation and also conservation techniques. And they will also be engaged with local culture and interact with the indigenous communities. And they will also, in terms of cultural exchange, you are going to meet so many people from different backgrounds, which I think that is very, very important for you to do some kind of exchange and learn from each other. It will include the project. What you're going to learn will include also project management, teamwork, leadership, and specific skills related to restoration and also conservation, both for the Sukur Cultural Landscape and also for the Gashaka Gumti National Park. The 10-day event is packed full of so many activities from day one of the event to the last day of to the 10th day of the event, which eventually we are going to share with all the volunteers after this program, after closing of registration. By the time we select the volunteers, we are going to send all these things to them. The numbers that we want for this volunteerism, it's limited for now. because I'm not sure we can take more than 50, but you can see that already we have over 300 registration, as I told you earlier on. So it's based on the first come, and also looking at looking at some of the interests that our volunteers have and where they have worked. I think that will also count a lot, and to know that it's going to be some of the terrain that we're going to work, especially both for the Sukur and Gashaka. Some of these terrains are difficult. So just know that when you're coming from this program, though we are going to send you some of the things that you will need. For Sukur is your climbing over 1,000 meters above the sea level, that's for Sukur Cultural Landscape. And for Gashaka Gumti, for those of us that we are going to select to hike on Nigeria's highest peak, which is over 2,400, this is going to be based on selection for those that are really, really fit to be able to go to that place. And we encourage each volunteer that will be selected to come with a report or send us the medical report, because we want to be sure that you are physically fit for you to engage in this program. So these are some of the things I think that we want our volunteers to know before the program. So I don't know if we have some other questions coming in. What are the duties of the volunteers? Yeah. So some of the duties that, it has to do with some hands-on activities, if you look at what is both on the site for both the Sukur and also for the Gashaka Gumti, you'll see that volunteers will be involved in a lot of conservation and preservation technique. Research is also part of the programs that we are going to do. For Gashaka Gumti, it has to do with also monitoring of this wildlife that are also there. It has to do with management of the wetlands that is also there at the park. And for the Sukur Cultural Landscape, it has to do with restoration of some of the things that we have. In Sukur, we have that already, some of the things that we have done before. So I encourage Awalu Ahmed to also look at the previous program. You will see some of the activities and work that volunteers were involved in for Sukur Cultural Landscape, and some of the activities that they will be involved in for the Gashaka Gumti National Park. I don't know if Mr. Francesco has something to add on this too. You can, please.
Yeah, sure. More in general, I would say it's not a duty in practical terms what I'm going to say, because as a volunteer, nobody can oblige you. Volunteer is the opposite of being obliged to do something. But I would say you do have, if you are selected, once you are selected, you do have a moral duty to do your best. And that's going to be much more difficult than it sounds now from home, because you will get tired, you will get stressed, you will fight with other people in your group, you will be angry and hungry, or someone say hangry, like the mix of the two, and you will be tired, very tired at times from simply the situation and from working. And the only moral duty that I would say is try to be positive and try to stay until the end and contribute until the end, because it's through those difficulties that you actually do all the learning that we talked about. If it was easy, many people would do it. It's actually not that easy to be a volunteer, so just hang on and do it until the end, because that's also because you took someone else's place. Meaning, if you were selected, it means we really count on you to stay and contribute. So please try to do your best until the end. And as I said, I insist on that just because it is actually more difficult than you imagine, but it's also more rewarding than you imagine. So.
Yes, thank you so much. I think it's more rewarding. I think we have a question from Abu Blessing Ori. How do we register to become a volunteer, and will there be a certificate issued at the end of the program? Thank you, Blessing. Of course, when you go to the website, it's both on our website on www.afidef.org, both on the social media, it's on our social media handles, they are all there. I think there's a registration link that is on the screen. Just go to that registration link and just click there, and then you can register for the program. And then at the end of it, there's just going to be a certificate of participation for the program, which I think is very, very important for our volunteers to have that certificate, to know that you were involved in the UNESCO World Heritage Volunteers Initiative. So we are going to give you a certificate as a World Heritage Volunteer for either Gashaka Gumti National Park or for the Sukur Cultural Landscape. And I think this will go a long way in you can add it to your LinkedIn or whichever profile you want to add it, to know that you were one time a volunteer in this program. So I think this is very good for our volunteers to have, and we have made that available to have this certificate of participation for our volunteers. I don't know if we still have some questions coming in, the moderators. So what I will just, okay, active centralized empowerment. Are there administrative opportunities for volunteers who may not be able to do a lot of physical work? Yes, there will be some administrative opportunities for volunteers to partake in it. You know, as I told you, there's going to be a lot of research work, you know, which is going to both for the Sukur and also for the Gashaka Gumti National Park. So there's going to be a lot of administrative work that we can engage those that cannot do some of the physical work that is there. Mr. Francesco, I don't know if you want to add something to this.
No, I just confirm that in our experience is always the case. It's part of the adaptation of the group to each other. You will find your place, and I think everyone in the group will be able to accommodate the differences so that everyone works and everyone contributes, but according to what they can do and what they also prefer to do. I'm sure that there will be someone who will do double the physical work in order to allow others to do more the research work or the administration work, but we need a bit of everything in the camps.
And I will also truly encourage both our national and international volunteers to register on time, because you can see that the registration deadline is fast approaching. So if you want to be part of this program, an exciting experience of a lifetime, I think you should just jump and register for this program. I don't know if we have some of those volunteers there that were in our previous programs for 2021 or 2022. Maybe to say something on this program. If there's an opportunity, I think the moderators can give them an opportunity to share their experiences on this. But I think we're going to put just a video of just 2 minutes for some of the volunteers that were involved in the previous program to share some of their experiences on it. So I don't know, our moderator, can you kindly put that video so that our volunteers can just have, share of the experience with those that have volunteered before. If we have that video, we can play it for them, please.
Are you passionate about nature, eager to make a difference and ready for an adventure of a lifetime? Join us on the 17th to the 27th of September 2024 for the UNESCO World Heritage Volunteers Initiative at Gashaka Gumti National Park. This year, under the theme Working on the Future, the WHV initiative focuses on preserving and enhancing the natural beauty and biodiversity of one of Nigeria's most treasured national parks. By volunteering, you contribute to vital conservation efforts, help protect endangered species, and promote sustainable practices within the local community. Experience the joy of working alongside passionate individuals, gain hands-on experience in environmental conservation, and create lasting memories. This is more than just volunteering, it's about leaving a legacy for future generations.
I love this place.
Trust me, it was an interesting hiking experience for me. It's really been a wonderful experience.
National and international volunteers across the globe are encouraged to register and participate. Registration deadline is on the 31st of July 2024. Implementing partners include National Park Services, National Commission for Museums and Monuments, Nigerian National Commission for UNESCO, and Taraba State Government. For more information, visit our website at www.affidif.org or email info@affidif.org. Registration deadline is 31st July 2024. Together, let's work on the future and preserve our heritage.
So thank you. Thank you. This is one of the ad video for the program. I think we have a question from Ojo Toluwas Lase John. Since the slot is limited, will the registration fee will be refunded to those who are not lucky enough to be picked? Yes, it will. From what we have, and I think we have an IT team that it's as you are registering, we're looking at your profile and we're selecting you. So if we give you an opportunity to pay, that means you have been selected for the program. So just know that if you are given an opportunity to pay, you are selected for the program, because we have a system that once you register, it looks at everything about you and then it sends you that invitation for you to pay. So once you have a payment link, that means you are selected for the program. And when you go to the registration side, you will see that you can only register for one program. You can do both. You either for Sukur and Cultural Landscape or for Gashaka Gumti National Park, because we want to give people as much opportunities to be able to register and also participate in the program. So one person will be only entitled for one project. Maybe next year you can also apply for another project if you are if you are selected. So we encourage you to quickly go and register. And once we send you a payment link, that means you are selected to be one of the volunteers for the program. And I think this year is really, really going to be an exciting opportunity for all our volunteers from the first day in both for the first day both in Adamawa State and also in Taraba State, which of course we have the orientation, and all the 17 stakeholders are going to be there. All their representatives are going to be there to be able to network with all the volunteers that are there, and also to learn more about their various organizations. So I think it's a very win-win situation. Volunteers are going to learn a lot from all the stakeholders, and not just learning about the basic conservation or preservation techniques, but also not only in the exchange programs that you're going to meet a lot of people from different backgrounds, and also learning so much, both in project management, in teamwork, in leadership. So much is a pack full of programs from day one to the last day. And for the program in Gashaka Gumti National Park, it's going to round up with the World Tourism Day on top of the Mambila. Gashaka Gumti National Park, as we know, it's one of Nigeria's largest park, and it's an untouched wilderness, I'm telling you. I hope Mr. Francesco will also be ready if you have an opportunity to join us in one of our camps, or maybe next time we can do that. But we encourage people as much as possible. You go to our site, register for this program, and we can't wait to have you participate in the program. And one of the things I will also encourage our volunteers to know, that there are do's and don'ts when you come to the camp. And some of these things are already stated. I want you to read more. Some volunteers are not reading. They're only sending us some questions, sending us some emails. They don't even read. They go just directly to the registration. I encourage each and every volunteer to please find time. Read about the program, learn about the program very well before you register, and see if it's something that you can do. Make sure you learn about the program. Go to the past videos of some of the programs of WHV that has been done, not just in Nigeria, but in other places around the world, and see, is this something for me or not? But I encourage us to please do that, because once we're able to do that, it makes it easy for us to understand the essence of this program. Thank you. So I think there's a question on the, but I don't think there's a name. Moderators, okay, it's out there. So again, I want us to, there's no age limit as such, but as long as you're physically fit, you should be able to join the program. Once we know you're physically fit, based on the records you gave us during the registration, that is what we're going to use for the selection. Yeah. So I don't know if we also have some. Do you have maybe we have something else to tell our volunteers, Mr. Francesco?
No, I'm more like thinking myself how I can join, and if I should send my application too. I will definitely try to visit the camp, one of the two at least, in this year. I hope that
Brilliant.
September, by October, we will be able to come and see you at work.
Thank
I
you.
just want to say good luck to everyone, and hope you apply, you get selected, because from the past years, we know it's a wonderful experience. So it would be a camp that I would join if I was still fit enough, because enough to
Yes.
join.
Right. Thank you so much. But before we close, we're going to put the last video of volunteer experience for the last programs before we round up. So can we have the video, please?
It's very good to be here in Sukur village here in Adamawa State.
Trust me, it was an interesting hiking experience for me. It was a fantastic experience. One of actually the best experience of my life so far. It was everything I hope it would be. The whole of my life, this is like probably the best. In the middle of the journey, I kind of like the sunset. From the beginning, I never knew I would make it. It's really been a wonderful experience climbing this mountain.
It's a little bit tedious, but yes, with the crowd, the people, with sounds and the fun, it was really interesting for me.
If you are not determined, if you don't have the passion, you can hardly make it. Honestly, climbing over 1,000, the highland of this country, but seriously, I've never hiked up to that height. But it's a great experience.
Beautiful experience, because I think coming from a military background, it made it so easier for us because we had to double up as our own slang, and then we kept on doubling up at every place. I'm happy, maybe very strong, very successful.
I've been able to take more than 7,000 steps. The villagers, everybody are visiting again. But I want to say again that the Spartan spirit made it possible for me to be here.
Yadda mu muke hawa kan dutsen nan, amma na ga yara ƙanana da mata suna hawa yadda ka san ba wani abu ba. Sannan na ga wata mace da ciki da kaya a kanta, amma ka ga yadda kake hawa dutsen nan, muna tafiya a hankali, amma ita yadda ka san gudu take yi haka take tafiya.
My name is Omoduke.
My name is Suleiman.
Hi everyone, my name is China and I'm Nigeria Red Cross FCT branch.
Okay, my name is Hatu Bashir from the branch. My name is Samuel Oloche from National Heritage Agency. This is an exciting place to be. You can see we have amazing people. We have the kids, we have the youth, we have the women. The welcoming moment was quite a hilarious moment.
I want to come and see what is up here, and then I want to come and see teachers and the children. That was determined from the beginning that I was going to be
fantastic people, and then but then we are gracious because we had to arrive there safely.
I had an awesome experience, but along the line we had one casualty. We were able to
take care of her before we came up. Actually the fourth lady that arrived this and so far everything has been good.
The beauty of this place has always been understated. People
We had some technical problems with the recording of this webinar, and you can view it well. Coordinator for the WHV 2024 Betawal, in person of Mr. Francesco Volpini. Thank you so much for having time to join us and answer so many questions that we asked. I think I have a question from Inamani Ijoma. Please, is there security over there? Yes. The security is going to be provided by the state government and also the relevant agencies that are going to be there. So be rest assured that there's going to be security for you when you're going for that program. If there's not going to be security, we're not going to put anyone on the road. So if we put you on the road, that means there's enough security for you to participate in the program. So enough security is going to be provided during this program for you. So thank you, Mrs. Ijoma. And we look forward to having all of you participate. I mean, for those that are lucky to participate in this year's program, we look forward to having you either in Gashaka Gumti National Park or at the Sukur Cultural Landscape, both in September and also in October. So thank you once more for joining us, and we look forward to having you or joining the WHV 2024. And thank you once more again, Mr. Francesco, for having time to come here, and also I know your busy schedules, but you had time for us. So thank you so much. And we look forward to the program. And if there's any need for us to have another webinar, we'll still call on you, Mr. Francesco, please, if there's going to be need for any webinar. If we have so many questions from those selected volunteers, after this is going to be those volunteers that are selected for the program. With them, we're going to have a final webinar before the program. If there's any questions from them to ask us, we will be able to provide them with that. So thank you so much, and we look forward to your participation for this year. Thank you, and God bless everyone.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you. Good luck. Thank you. Bye.